Reminder, in 15 minutes, Jerry Bonkowski, right rev of speed, joins me. Can Kurt Busch be stopped? Wins at Pocono, going to Michigan. Talk a little bit of NASCAR with Jerry Bonkowski. I want to finish some baseball. 1:30, SoCon John Hooper. They're counting down. It's 3 months to football season, all that good stuff. We're going to talk a little bit about transfers and basketball, but also really, he's written and he's ranked the Southern Conference's best on medium, best wide receivers, best quarterbacks, best running backs. So we're going to talk a little bit about this. I'm going to tell you, I don't think ETSU should throw a pass next year. I really do. 3rd and 8, okay, run a sweep. See what can happen. Draw a play, whatever. In fact, I think they ought to go to the single wing. That tells you what I think of their passing game this upcoming season, but it also tells you what I think of their running game. And SoCon John Hooper, perhaps not going to that single wing. Let's do that again. Perhaps not going to that extreme, but still, he kind of echoes my thoughts on the Buccaneers running game and passing game. Did want to tell you Asian House. Like I said, I had my birthday dinner there, and that Happy Box meal, let me tell you what it has on it. I said the appetizers. Okay. Crab ragoon. Delicious. You know what it's, puff. It's got a cheese and delicious. Absolutely wonderful. Then it's got the rice, your choice, white or fried. Your veggies, broccoli, what have you. You know what the Chinese mixed vegetables are. And then any number of 20 courses. It starts at $9.99, goes to $11.99. Tremendous amounts of food there. However, so you want to go on a budget or something? Well, right now you go down to Asian House, find a ton of lunches, say $5.99. All right, and that comes with the egg roll. That comes with the works. Dinner time, a little bit more. You know how restaurants do it, especially Chinese restaurants, as well as Asian restaurants. But absolutely tremendous. I was there on Friday. I had the chicken with cashew nuts. Delicious. Can't speak of it. Comes with the egg roll. I'm big on egg rolls. Really good staff there that takes care of you. Tom will do it. But here's something else to consider. So it's summertime. Okay. And maybe you're like me and you say, you know what? I got a party here. And everyone wants to cook up the grill. But after a while, it's a lot of leftover hot dogs, all that leftover, clean up, all that sort of stuff when you fire up the grill and all this. How about doing something a little different? How about having Asian House cater your party, your event, what have you? Chinese food, it's going to go over huge. You know it is. So at time he's down there, shops in West Market. Now that's on 321, on your way to Jonesboro from Johnson City into Johnson City. Really, and like I said, Japanese food. You know who likes Japanese food? Beautiful women love Japanese food. Obviously, beautiful Japanese women do, but, beautiful, I found this to be, yes. Anyway, at least one that took my heart many years ago and then became a sort of Manhattan socialite, and I went into sports talk down here in the bowels of the earth. But the thing is, Asian House will get you out of that mentality. It makes me happy. It'll make you happy, too. I'm always satisfied there. You will be, too. Asian House, it's right there in the Shops West Market. Lots of parking. Tremendous amounts of parking, and worth driving really anywhere in the Tri-Cities to go to, because the menu is so expansive and great. All right, so there you go. I just want everybody to know this here. We're talking a little bit about baseball and the pennant races shaping up, certainly in the NL East. By the way, baseball draft is today. Just not the same amount of talk about this that there was last year. Orioles are said to still not know who they want. Draft begins at 7 p.m. today, MLB Network, if you're so inclined. Stanley Cup playoffs are also on there an hour later. That's what I will be focused on. I understand there was a basketball game last night. 18-0 run by the Warriors. And was anybody really surprised? I don't even have all their players, and they're beating the Raptors. Not even with the home court advantage, they're beating the Raptors. Anybody surprised? Really? Well, LeBron beat him a couple years ago down 3-1. Yeah, LeBron beat him. Think about that. Anyway, let's go back to hardball here. Phillies, they're looking, they did not play well against the Dodgers. They're 3.5 game lead now, only one over the Braves. So they gave up a prospect by the name of Jake Shiner, who was actually their 4th round pick in the baseball draft 2 years ago. And they sent him to Seattle for Jay Bruce. Now, this is kind of interesting because the reason why the Phils want Jay Bruce is because of their situation with Abdul Herrera, who's on some sort of suspended list or some sort of list because evidently, although details still being worked out, he's got a domestic violence charge against him against a 20-year-old girlfriend. Herrera himself is 27. Well, Herrera was one of these guys who, the Phillies just seem to really love. They go into the analytics, and evidently the analytics say that Dave Kingman was the greatest baseball player ever. I can't necessarily figure it out, but yeah, that home run or strikeout, maybe not the greatest average in the world, that was Herrera, and that is also Jay Bruce. Jay Bruce is 32 years old. He's hit 300 career home runs, including 14 this year in just a third of a season with the Seattle M's. But the thing is, he's only hitting 212. But the OPS is somewhat respectable, over 800 at 816. 53 strikeouts, 165 at-bats. Hey, that's only once every 3 at-bats. He's got to be, that's contact hitting in today's game. But yes, Bryce Harper is in right. Kutch is back in center field, Andrew McCutchen. You may remember the Pirates did not think he would be a center fielder anymore, so that's when they started shipping him around. And so Bruce, it looks like, might be the left fielder. Now, here's the deal. He's got $21 million left on his contract. Phillies get the steal. They have to pay only $2.75 million of that. So the M's are still paying $18.25 million of Bruce's contract. That is a steal for the Philadelphia Phillies. And I know it, and it just is, evidently the Mariners, they look at themselves and, we're not beating out the Astros. We're not beating out the A's. Mariners have not made the postseason since 2001. It's a sad story. We got to ask Jose Cruz to come back on the show. He's always been a favorite of mine. By the way, I was talking about the Dodgers and how they beat up on the Phils and allowed the Braves to get in within one in the pennant race. Of course, it's only a third of the way through, but how about that? By the way, I keep hearing, well, they say, when does the pennant race start? What does it mean after a third of the year that you're in first place? You want to know what it means? More than ever before. I'm serious, more than ever before. Because look at how many teams just absolutely start selling off their rosters around this time of year. Orioles did it last year. Giants did it. Royals are going to do it this year. That is one of the things killing baseball. Here are the Royals, just 4 years ago, the world champs, back-to-back pennant winners, and they can't keep it up. You're too small of a mark. You can win every now and then, but not consistently. No. Winning, that belongs to the Yankees. That belongs to the Red Sox. Yeah, I've always said that Bud Selig wanted to contract 2 teams. Instead,